Welcome back to Manpower Rediscovery. Uncle P is going to be with you. And I thank all my viewers, my regular viewers, and my new viewers that are today online, and those who are still interested. Please support us and continue supporting us. You are welcome, welcome, and welcome. Manpower Rediscovery, this is where we talk about men issues, where we guide men back to what men ought to be, their genesis of what men ought to be, the beginning of what men were created for. We want to discuss life issues regarding men. We want to give educational tips. We want to give guidance to men. Men were excluded from the societies. Men were bad-mouthed in our societies. Men have lost their place in our society, so we want to reintegrate men back in our societies. Welcome to Manpower Rediscovery. Yes, every Friday we have a topic that we want to discuss with you. Please stay tuned every Friday. Find this channel and listen to what we have to say. So today we want to talk about tattoos. Yes, I have done research on it. I have talked to some people about tattoos, so I want to understand what tattoos are all about. Sometimes to judge somebody without knowing why they do what they do or why they say what they say is wrong. You have to ask the person himself or herself why they do what they do and say what they say. So I did that, and I've done some research on tattoos. Do you want to have a tattoo? Do you plan to have a tattoo? Do you have a tattoo on you already? These are a few things that we are going to talk about, the interest of tattoos, what are the pros and cons of tattoos, and why people do what they do. Yes, without further ado, let me get into it. Yes, as I was saying, people get tattoos for various reasons, and there are 7 that I have found and that I want to share with you today. They are not in any order, but I will just try and put them in order. Number 1, people get tattoos for visual art, reasons of visual art. As number 2, as a symbol of protection. Number 3, as a new trend that is going on. Number 4, to attract attention. Number 5, for self-expression. Number 6, for storytelling. And number 7, as a sign of rebellion or empowerment. Yes, those are the reasons why people get tattoos, according to what I have done research of, and the understanding of some of the people who talked to me gave me these reasons. So let's break them down. What is visual arts? And the reason for visual arts is that in the Japanese culture, people see it as a sign of art to have their bodies tattooed, and people can really read a message of of art on them, and it is something interesting for them. In the Samoan culture also, it is a historic storytelling or event telling and they do tattoos for their cultural purposes and for their cultures. So those are the reasons that they do it in some cultures. I'm not aware of many other cultures that are there. So those are the two examples that I could come up with. And number two, as a symbol of protection. Yes, I have talked to men who have been incarcerated, who have been in prison, who have been in jail, and they said if you are in a prison, you have to find a group of men where you have to be protected. Otherwise you will die, because your time in prison, loneliness will not save you. So it's a sign of protection. That's why they put on certain types of tattoos to differentiate them from a different group of men. So as gangs in our society, yes, gangs also have their own signs of tattoos. A certain gang is separated by a certain tattoo, and if you have this tattoo on you found by this other gang, they know who you belong to. So those are the signs of protection. And also, number three, trends. As a new trend in today's society, currently speaking, if you look at the WWE, the World Wrestling Entertainment, you will find that many wrestlers have tattoos on them, and our children are following these programs, and because of their heroes or those who their idols, they tend to go for tattoos. Our rappers, musicians are full of tattoos. For this, our children, because of their artists have tattoos, follow these trends. So these are the purposes of tattoos on this current status of new trends. So sometimes it's just something that comes with time. Number four, attract attention. People sometimes, if you are rejected by society or you feel inferior, I believe some people need attention. So as I've talked to people, they explained to me, for me to get attention, I had to do something. So I put on a tattoo here and there so that people can look at it and notice me. And that's what many people do to stand out in the crowds. Many times they put their tattoos on the face or on the neck so that people can see it. It's an open space where people can see it. Yes. Number five, self-expression. People want to express themselves, saying, this is my body. I can do anything on it as I want. And that's why they put on tattoos. And others say, I am who I am. So I just want to show people that this is me. If you want to discriminate, you discriminate. I'm happy with it. If you want to embrace me, embrace me. This is who I am. So those are the reasons I believe according to them. So number six, storytelling. Yes, when I spoke to some of the men, they said, if you are in the army, if you are a soldier, and you go to places, it tells a story to put on a tattoo. If you are a sailor, it tells a story for the places that you have visited, the journeys that you had, the voyages that you had. So soldiers and sailors put on tattoos to come and tell their families or people around them of the places and events they went through in the time of their places and their visits. Yes. Last but not least, rebellion and empowerment. Yes. Just for interest's sake, please don't get me wrong. You have seen the signs of some Aryan groups and the Hitler related events where the people have put the signs of power, the signs of rebellion, and they use those signs to differentiate themselves or to stay on top of their game. So politically and in the groups of mafias, they had to put on tattoos for these signs to be expressed, to be seen by people and to be feared. Because if you don't have that sign, you are not part of that political party, or you are not part of that gang, that mafia group. So it was difficult in some times of our elderly parents. Today we don't have those mafia gangs as much as we had it in the past, but wherever they are, they are having tattoos that separate them from other groups and cliques. So those are the forms of reasons why people have tattoos. The pros and cons of tattoos. Pros and cons: in some area, the pros would be to build confidence for yourself and to know that you can really achieve something without fear, because you have endured the pain, and now people can see that you are a man or a woman that can really endure pain and go through things. And also it's a sense of belonging, because if you have a tattoo and somebody else recognize you by that tattoo, they will group you into their society. So it's a sign of belonging. Also, to say with this is to stay with the pro is to that tattoos will stay with you forever. Tattoos are sometimes not easy to remove. So as you are getting older, they will get old with you. The cons of it, the negative sides of it is it might be a hindrance in your career path, because you may not get job opportunities as often as you want, because people look at tattoos and then they make their judgment on it. And secondly, also it can be a public mockery, because sometimes when somebody sees a tattoo on your face, on your neck, they might just stand there and laugh at you or say something at you and provoke you, for that matter. Another one is that it's a risky business, because the needles that are used or the type of mechanisms that are used may not be cleansed, and it may cause infections and it may cause skin cancer. Yes, and also the last but not least, negative effect on our children. Children look at us, children taking us as their role models. Now, if a child see you with so many tattoos, at the age of 8, a child starts writing, start to develop their skills. So they will start tattooing themselves with a pen, a pencil, and at the end develop the interest of art. And the next thing you know, the art of tattooing themselves. So it has a negative effect on our children. So what I want to bring about at the end of this video is that when you have a tattoo, know what you want. Let it be about yourself, but let it not be something for somebody else to be offended about. A tattoo of interest for all will be nice. And also, a tattoo can be at a certain level embarrassing to yourself. So choose the right tattoo if you have to choose tattoos. And when you do tattoos, if you have a choice, don't do them while you are drunk or under influence of any other thing. So do it under your conscious mind, and also know what you want in life. Rather, don't have a tattoo if you want to avoid certain issues with community and society at large. Because You might go places where people do not have tattoos and only want people without tattoos. Thank you. This is Uncle P signing out. Please subscribe to our channel, like it, and comment. We are waiting upon your responses so that we know which direction to take next. Thank you.